So I started out making a video about the unboxing of the new DJI Phantom Pro 2.0. I ended up deleting the main part of the video. I did the unboxing right here. I had this main camera with the audio, secondary camera over here, everything looked amazing, and then I deleted the footage from the main camera. So instead of like recreating the unboxing, you know, pulling the drone out of the box and doing the slow-mos over it to show all the features, let's go straight to flight. Well, as you can see, we had plenty of flooding here in the area, so I couldn't really finish up the video. But today it's sunny, it's beautiful, and let's check out the new Phantom 4 Pro 2.0. The main thing that's different between the Phantom 4 Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro 2.0, it's really kind of hard to say, is it's got a cool OcuSync transmission system where it uses like dual frequency bands so it never loses contact. Like I just flew over a mountain and the thing was on the other side of the mountain and I had clear vision. Some cool things about this controller. I got the one with the built-in screen on it. The screen is super bright, it's super crystal clear, and it really makes it a lot easier to fly. The last drone I had, I was using the iPad, and I could barely see it in the sunlight. This thing also like works with the wireless DJI goggles, which I don't think I'll be buying, but I used to have goggles like that, and it's pretty intense. So this thing has some amazing features on it. It's got this thing called Tap to Fly, where you go in, I don't know if you can see this or not, but you just hit the button Tap to Fly, you tell it to go forward or backwards, and this way I'm going to say go backwards, I'm going to hit my subject, and then go, and there it goes. It has obstacle avoidance, and it'll just go as far as you want it to go, and take an amazing flyaway selfie. Look at that, isn't that awesome? So another cool feature this thing has is a thing called draw. And what you do is you hit the little arrow key and you draw a line as to where you want it to fly. And so it's got a complete path. You can choose the speed you want it to fly at. And this one, I'm gonna go about 8 miles an hour. And then all you gotta do is hit go. And it starts to fly. And so as you're flying it, I can just maneuver the camera up and down. I can really focus on what I'm filming as opposed to filming and flying at the same time. It's a cool feature because you can sit there and draw it around trees and then it'll just fly and you can control the camera without even having to worry about the control. Alright, so now I'm going to try Active Track, and this, you've had this on other machines, but I think this one seems to track a little better, and it can track larger objects, not just people. It can track like cars and bikes and boats. Let it go, and it follows you. It really is cool. You can go anywhere and it can just track you. That is fun. Okay, so what I said about the signal may not be completely true. I just flew over this mountain and I was kind of cresting over the whole thing and completely lost signal. So now it's actually flying back. This beep right here is saying, we're coming home on our own, whether you like it or not. I've got 50% of the battery left. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried at all. What am I saying? Actually, the biggest thing I am worried about is it landing on the car. I'm gonna move the car. I hear it, but I can't see it. Where the? It's directly overhead. It's coming straight down. Oh gosh. Oh, yeah! Landed pretty much in the exact same spot I took off from. I don't know how they do that. That's incredible. DJI, big fan. So initial thoughts after testing out the Phantom 4 Pro 2.0. It flies amazingly well. It's got amazing transmission. Like the entire picture was clear the entire time. Well, until I lost transmission, but I was actually up and over a mountain and I was about, I think 1,000 feet in the air and almost about 2 miles away. So operator error, I think right there. But this thing, it's super autonomous. The tap to fly, the drawing the path, which was my favorite. That is really cool. I mean, it allows you just to be able to control the camera and not have to worry about what the flight is doing. This controller that has the built-in screen, the screen is really, it's super bright. It's big enough, it's bright enough, and darn it, I think people are gonna like this. These two communicate very well, and that is a huge, huge bonus. The best thing about this drone is the image quality. It's got a 1-inch sensor. This had like a 2/3 sensor, the same as like your cell phone would have. And it was okay in really bright sunlight, but this one, wow, it is super intense. I took some still shots of the flooding and the quality was just amazing. The flight time is about 8 minutes more than this, and I gotta tell you what, when you're shooting something and you've got one chance to shoot it, that extra 8 minutes is really gonna come in handy. It's a little bit quieter because they're using these new blades that have these cool little curves to them. Let me see. There it is. Look at that point right there. You see that? You know why I do that? It makes it 20% quieter. The intelligent flight works amazingly well. The tap to fly, so you get like selfies kind of going away, or the my favorite was the path, where you draw your own path and the ship just goes. It flies there and you can control the camera and not have to worry about, you know, controlling the drone at the same time. That was pretty intense. The active control works really well, and the one thing I didn't show you is the gesture. You do the gesture. I can't really do that. How do you do that? Like this. And it actually takes a selfie of you, which is kind of cool. Going from the old Phantom 4 to the Phantom 4 Pro, a pretty big leap. And the one reason why I waited so long to get a new drone is the fact that I kept seeing on the internet, and you've seen these pictures right here, of the interchangeable lenses. And I was like, oh, I gotta wait for that. It's gonna be so incredible, it's gonna be so intense. But then I realized, like, what am I gonna shoot with a 50mm lens? I'm not gonna be able to shoot with a 24. So I think if you already have the DJI Phantom 4 Pro, I'm not sure I'd go out and buy this one. If you're rocking like a Phantom 4 or a 3, definitely upgrade to this. I mean, the only downside is the price. It's a little bit hefty, but if you want good quality, if you want, you know, great images, if you want good still images, this is the drone to get. So that is my review of the DJI Phantom 4 Pro 2.0. A mouthful.